Welcome back. We're going to work on our website again. We've just started the computer. We've moved our website folder right back to where it was the last time we worked on it, which is on the desktop. It's still called the same name. We're going to launch Dreamweaver. When we launch Dreamweaver, don't assume that Dreamweaver knows where your site is. If you have changed to a different computer, or if the computer has set up differently than it was the last time, it could easily remove all the memory that the website ever existed. So it's really important, if you're returning to a site, to either go Site, New Site, or Site, Manage Sites. If I choose Site, Manage Sites, there's a good chance it'll remember the information, but we make sure we have the right website chosen. If you remember, it was called Website 10 Test, and we choose Done, and it'll update down here, it'll update your files to the correct information that it should have. Okay? Now from here, I'm just going to go back to the desktop. I'm going to talk to you about organizing your files. We already have our index page, our home page that we worked on before. If you'll notice, the index page has a lowercase I. It does not have a capital INDEX. There is no spaces, there is no funny characters. A really bad idea to ever have index 1 and index 2. Make sure index is your home page. In here, I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it Images. Once again, that folder is a lowercase I. There's no space before it. And when you upload that to your server live, it will have the same name that you give it here. Okay? It's a good idea to call it Images with a lowercase I. If we all work the same way, it'll be much easier to troubleshoot things later. So back to Dreamweaver. And the first thing we're going to have a look at in Dreamweaver, and we're going to open up our page. And we do that just by double-clicking it here. Up it comes. Okay? And we're going to insert some text. If we just click here and we type some text in, the text appears on the page. But remember the last day, for positioning, we said the easiest way to do positioning this year was to use Insert, Layout Objects, AP Divs. And AP Div is an absolute positioned div. This leads to some problems later on, but it's a really handy way to deal with things right now, so as we can move things around the page and get some kind of an interesting design going on. An AP Div is represented by this little blue box. You can click on this handle on the top left and move it around the page. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. You can take this text out here by cutting and pasting and putting it right back into the div. So we're going to cut that text and we're going to paste it within the div. We have our text in there. The same will work with images. The same will work with so many different objects. You'll also notice wherever we move the AP div on the page, it's changing the left position and the top position. They're the two coordinates that line off this absolute value on the top left. You'll also see there's a width and a height for the AP div. You can change that by clicking and dragging on the side of the object, or by changing the details here to the width and the height. Okay? It also has a Z index. The Z index here refers to how far forward the layer, or the AP div, exists in space. So if we have an AP div with the Z index of 1 and an AP div with the Z index of 2, the AP div with the Z index 2 will be in front of the Z index with 1.